Hey y'all, my name is Jay. I'm a nursing student at Chamberlain, and I'm going to be talking about some pros and some cons of attending this school. These are just a few things that you would want to know if you're thinking about going there, depending on what type of student you are, what you're looking for in a nursing school, and things like that. You wanna do it. Let's start off with the pros. So, Chamberlain is very much accredited. Once you get your bachelor's degree from them, you are able to take the NCLEX. It is an accredited nursing degree, so you are able to get a job with that. A lot of these seniors I know graduated with a job offer or several job offers, so it is very much accredited. Another pro, unlike many nursing schools, Chamberlain's nursing program is very easy to get into. So a lot of schools, you have to go through the pre-nursing program, you have to get all your prerequisites, and then you have to apply into like an upper division, and there are sometimes, or most times, only so many slots. Like they'll have 200 applications and only like 60 seats. You don't really have to worry about things like that with Chamberlain. Not saying they just let anybody in, but they do have less restrictions on getting in, so more people are able to get into Chamberlain. And once you get in, you're in the program, so you don't have to worry about applying into like the nursing courses or like the upper division of a nursing course. To add to that, they are very accepting of transfer credits, and unlike a lot of other nursing schools, they accept transfer credits from other nursing schools up to a certain point. So a lot of people have been able to transfer credits from like their pharmacology classes or maybe nutrition, but there are certain other classes that you can't transfer, but at least you are able to transfer some of those nursing credits. They're also very accepting of the prerequisite classes. So I took my prerequisite classes at about like 3 different schools. I took it at a traditional college. I also took classes at 2 community colleges. Some were in the college itself and some were online, and they accepted all of those without a problem. Pretty easy to get into Chamberlain. You don't really have to worry about things that you would have to worry about if you were trying to get into a traditional school, a traditional nursing program. Even some ADN programs or community college programs, it's very hard to get into those. A third pro is that Chamberlain is fast-paced and there are 3 start dates. So a lot of other, and I'm going to keep comparing it to other nursing schools just so you can see where the benefit is. But yeah, so a lot of other nursing schools, you have to start either August, September, or January. But with Chamberlain, you have 3 dates that you can start throughout the year, and then the program is year-long. So you can start spring semester, you can start the summer semester, or you can start in the fall semester. And then your program will be spring, summer, fall, or however you, summers, fall, spring. It will start wherever you pick up at. The places you go to, you'll have to wait until the fall semester starts, and then it's only fall and spring, if you follow me. That's why it's like a 3-year program, even though it is it's 9 semesters, but it's 3 years. You can cut it down. My time at Chamberlain will only be about 2.5 years because of the transfer credits that I got coming in. And if you have more transfer credits, then your time would be even shorter. That's the fast-paced part of it. And then you are taking 8-week classes, so like it's like class after class. This could kind of be on the con side because you kind of do have to learn a lot of information in a very short time, but it kind of balances out because other places you might have to be taking 3-4 classes at a time, and at Chamberlain the max you'll take is like 2 campus classes and then 1 online class, depending on how you set your schedule up. But most times it's really only like 1 or 2 nursing classes at a time. Major thing for nursing school, NCLEX Prep. So from the time I started like nursing 101, I was getting NCLEX style questions. I was getting workshops about the NCLEX, workshops about what to expect from the NCLEX, like what types of questions and all of that. Our classes test NCLEX style. Like all of our nursing classes, we have NCLEX style questions. Our questions come from ATI, which is, for those of you who don't know, ATI is the company who makes the NCLEX. So We have all this access to like study materials, workshops. One of our tutors, she actually has a business preparing people for the NCLEX. So the NCLEX preparation is a really big part of the nursing program. They definitely do start telling you about that from like day one. So if you watched my 10 facts about Chamberlain video, I kind of talked a little bit about the whole CNA certification, that opportunity that Chamberlain allows you. So after you finish fundamentals patient care, at least in North Carolina, you are able to take the CNA certification exam and get your CNA certification to begin working as a CNA. You don't have to do the class, but you still have to pay for your CNA certification. And that's a pro compared to other schools who make you have your CNA before you are even eligible to get into the nursing program. Chamberlain they have very small campuses, like I said in the other video, and a pro of that is that they have small class sizes. My classes are never more than like 30 people-ish, like 30, 35 people. You're able to get more interaction with your professors. Your professors know you on a name basis. There's just a lot of pros to that. And also you get to know your cohort a little bit better because there's only like so many people that are going to be in your cohort, maybe like 20 to 40 people in your cohort. At least that's how it is on my campus. My campus is really small. Another big pro about Chamberlain is that Chamberlain caters to adult students, but what I mean by adult students is kind of like people who have other stuff going on. It's like I said, it's not a traditional college, so it's for like people who work, people who have families. Like I said in the 10 facts about Chamberlain video, we don't have like lockout policies. They do allow late assignments, but it's 10% off each day that it's late. And then if you like, let's say miss class time or miss clinical time, they'll give you a chance to make up that time. So they do kind of try to work with you as far as having other things going on. This also leads me into the cons side of Chamberlain, because it is a non-traditional college and it's not really geared towards younger people or people who are just coming out of high school. Now, it's not the things that you would expect out of like a 4-year university experience. There's not a lot of like student orgs. We do have Student Nurses Association and student government, but outside of that, there aren't the organizations that you would find on other campuses, like traditional campuses. For example, like the Black Student Union or things like that, or the opportunity to make up your own student organization. If you're a high schooler or somebody trying to go for like the more young person college experience, I guess, this wouldn't really be like the best place to get that, because you're really going to be around older people who like probably have experienced that already because they already have other degrees, or you know what I mean. But there's not really going to be a lot of opportunity for you to get that college life experience. Another con, in my opinion, this is just an opinion, is the tuition, especially because it's not consistent, because it changes. I mean, it's not like $2,000 a credit hour. Right now it's $700 a credit hour, which is more expensive than the 4-year university where I am per credit hour. I think that one is like $400, so it is a little bit more expensive. It's definitely more expensive than community college or like an ADN program, but again, you are getting your bachelor's. They do offer financial aid, like you are able to use your FAFSA with Chamberlain. The school itself doesn't offer that many scholarship opportunities. Scholarships are something that you would have to go outside of Chamberlain to get, like apply outside of Chamberlain. There are some that Chamberlain does offer, maybe like $500 a semester or something like that, but not that many. Another con that I've had issues with at Chamberlain thus far has been the staffing. And I'm not talking about the professors, because most of my professors are great, but I am talking about like the administration. My first year at Chamberlain, we had 3 administrators leave, and then there was like this period of time where we had no on-campus administrator. Like there was nobody we could go to talk to about our financial aid or things like that. They do have a central office. I think it's in Illinois, but it's very hard to get in contact with those people. There's no phone number for them that was given to us as students. We were told to contact the student email, and I had to send like several emails to get a response from them. When I was having issues with my financial aid during that lapse, that we didn't have anybody on campus. I feel like students should be able to get in contact with the central office easier, especially during periods where we don't have anybody on campus to communicate with. Another con I have is the bookstore. There is no on-campus bookstore, at least at my location, the North Carolina location. There's no on-campus bookstore. There is an online bookstore, and I have very I don't like the online bookstore. I'm gonna just put it like that. You can get the ebook, and then you have to buy the ebook in order to get the printed ebook. And it's easy to look up stuff on the ebook, like Control F, and find a word or a phrase or a definition that you need to find. But as far as sitting down and reading your chapters, some of those ebooks are just not efficient for that at all. Just the way that they appear on your screen is just not efficient. So this is this is an example of my pharmacology ebook. They all look like this. So let me give you an example of this one. So if you can see, there's no color. There's no color. It's black and white. You're paying $30 plus $20 shipping to get black and white. Obviously you have the option to rent from other places. Obviously you have the option to buy your book from Amazon or another bookstore or whatever, because it's not like this is Chamberlain specific textbooks. You are able to get these textbooks from other places. But the thing is, if you're like me and you use financial aid, I'm able to use the money from my financial aid funds to pay for my textbooks. Because when I go into the bookstore and I buy my books, I am able to use that money instead of typing in my credit card or my debit card information. So I just believe that Chamberlain should offer the option of getting the physical hard copy, even though those might be more expensive. It's just, for me, it would be easier to have color, just the normal textbook, instead of these printed ebooks. It's literally just the ebook and the printed ebook. There should be, I didn't mean to stick up my middle finger, but there should be a third option, to just get the regular book. Or how most schools have it, buy the book for $100+, whatever it costs, and then get your online code or whatever so you can access all the online stuff, which most times will include the ebook. Another thing about the bookstore is a lot of times these things are on back order, so you might order your stuff, order ahead of time. That is one tip that I will tell you. Make sure that you order ahead of time, because a lot of times this stuff gets on back order and you won't have your printed ebook until the session is pretty much over. And then on top of that, shipping is just $20 for 2 books. Are you kidding me? Amazon has free shipping and you can't send me my books for less than $20. Come on now. I didn't mean to go on a rant like that, but I just feel that's, oh my gosh. If I had anything negative to say about this school, it's definitely that bookstore. I just don't like that bookstore. I just don't like the bookstore. The bookstore is a con, and they need to give us a better bookstore. I think we deserve that much. That's all I have for you guys as far as pros and cons. I do have more tips for nursing school, tips for test taking, tips for studying, a lot of nurse-related content that's been helping me improve as a student and get closer to becoming a nurse. So I really hope you guys stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can get all this content.